Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Thanos, issue number 12. This was a good issue, and this gives me a good idea of what exactly is happening in the multiverse. All right, so issue number 12 is the end of this long arc. The next issue, yes, there will actually be a next issue, believe it or not. It involves the legacy. All right, so all of this was pre-legacy. So I imagine that possibly all of this was also pre-Thor, where the Thors had to fight against the Phoenix Force, and now the Phoenix Force is going to start coming and moving its way towards what's-her-face, Jean Grey. This is just, I'm trying to make sense. That's my kids. Trying to make sense of the Marvel Universe right now because there is not too much continuity. I know the editors are still working. Had a good talk with a couple of the writers in Marvel, and yes, they said that they are still working, but sometimes it just doesn't seem that way. Anyway, all that being said, Thanos and Thane both fall into the area where the three sisters of destiny are. And they are apparently sisters of eternity and therefore sisters of death. So interesting. They're all siblings in some way, and death is kind of away from them. So if that's the way that they're going to explain this, and I'm like at least close to spot on, that would explain why these three sisters are so powerful. Clearly made after the whole Macbeth thing, and whatever. I'm good with symbolism and all that, but I don't know. It's weird to just introduce them. I like the idea they kind of disappeared. They're not needed anymore. The God Quarry seems to be gone, in a sense, to Eros and Nebula and the Champion of the Universe, Trichosolaris. All of it, for me, is for the most part good. I'm okay with that. Certain parts, though, of this comic kind of got on my bad side. Just as little down to the posturing that Thanos took. Forget about what he said and things like that. Just like leaning forward with his thumb up to himself and, I'm supposed to be grateful to you. Look, not every Thanos story has to be written by Jim Starlin, though there are many who would disagree. Not every Thanos story has to be written by Jim Starlin. However, I do think that Thanos was not represented appropriately here. He was still very powerful. He's back to being as powerful as he was before. Somebody said earlier, oh no, he's more powerful than he was before. Doesn't really matter. Thanos is one of those people that if he got 3 times as powerful as he was before, most heroes in the Marvel Universe, Thor included, wouldn't even notice because, how do you triple infinity? You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much the level that he's at. I mean, Thanos and Adam Warlock, those two, they are completely separate from the threads of destiny. Nobody knows what they're going to do or where they're going to be until they start making noise. So, yeah. Thanos was not represented as well. I don't think he was misrepresented, but not represented as well as I'm used to seeing him, written by people who do try to make him more like Jim Starlin. Again, doesn't have to be written by him, but it would be like the New 52 Superman as opposed to every other version of Superman. You just kind of look and you say, yeah, that's not my Superman. I don't know this Superman. This is very different from Superman. Likewise, this is not even a very different. This isn't even like a New 52 version of Thanos. This is just a different Thanos. I'm okay with it, but I am going to gripe a little bit that he seems a little childish in some regards. Whatever. Anyway, so interesting way to get rid of Thane, because let's be realistic, nobody really likes Thane. No disrespect if you're like, wait, I do. It's okay. All I'm saying is Thane hasn't made that much of an impact in the world. Even when he got rid of Thanos for a long time, it wasn't really that long, and it didn't really affect much of anything, did it? So, anyway, guys, yes, that includes Infinity. That's the only time he's ever actually been relevant. All right, guys, I'm going to let this one go. Actually, I got to give this a grade, don't I? No, actually, I don't. I'm not going to give this a grade. I don't feel the need to actually give this particular issue a grade. It's just, it is what it is. And finally, some things are explained. All right, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.